Hello family, I'm back here on a Monday morning with you again, and trust me, it feels good to be here to mirror your comments to the rest of the world. Coming to you live from digital address GA0992539 on DSTV channel 421 and Go TV channel 144. On Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, we are Joy News on TV. We also stream live on YouTube. We are My Joy Online TV. I am Apita Sividi, and this is JoyNews Interactive, your most interactive show on television right now. Now, the argument may not end soon. I mean, as to whether or not should government give the DTT contracts to Chinese firm Star Times. Now, Newsfile was lit on Saturday when Communications Minister Ursula Owusu-Ekufo and Member of Parliament's Communication Committee Sam George clashed. Now let's start with Sam George, who said government is putting the interest of China above that of Ghanaian businessmen.
$3 million, a tax exemption for a Chinese company, to give 300 communities this DTH set-top boxes to gain access to some kind of viewership. Now, our government is financing a Chinese government's enterprises business penetration when Samson Multimedia, with all the work Kwesi Twum has done in our media landscape, you've not enjoyed one cedi in tax waivers. KNet has built one of the biggest platforms, DTH platforms, the multi-TV platform. You've not enjoyed anything. Dr. Pakwesi Indu has built First Digital. He's not enjoyed anything. Chief Crystal Jirako, Crystal TV. I mean, you can go on and on. Strong Digital. These are indigenous Ghanaian businesses who have not enjoyed one cedi.
We put that clip on Facebook. Let's see what you have been saying about it. Okay, so let's go to our Facebook page, Joy News on TV. On Twitter, we are also Joy News on TV. We also stream on YouTube. We might at Joy Online TV. So keep your tweets and comments coming. Let's see if we got those. Now, let's start with Asari Williams, who says Ghanaians are paying killer import duties while Chinese are enjoying tax-free businesses in Ghana. Ghana has lost her true identity. And Fistus comes to reply to that comment, says it's a very serious issue. I don't know why African leaders are naturally wicked. Okay, that's a bit harsh. So Thomas Magezi comes in to say, sometimes you find it very difficult to understand Ghanaians. It seems we don't know what we want. They are also businessmen and women, and they're fighting for their businesses. Government is to make sure at least there's value for money and better service delivery. After all, governance is about service delivery, so government can also make money to pay workers. He also says, let's see, they leave the education part of their role and rather misinform the citizens. We do this and we want to compare ourselves to Singapore, Rwanda, South Korea, Malaysia, etc. If that's what the way we want to go, then I'm afraid Ghana will continue to be scare on the conscience of the world. Okay, so that's Thomas Magezi. If you want to read more of his submissions, you can go to our Facebook page. We are Joy News on TV. At Edmund Aqua is asking, what is really going on with these Chinese people and African governments? Are we witnessing second phase of colonization of the African continent by the Chinese? I wonder. Edmund Aqua, I also wonder. And Isaac Osei, when did Ghanaian politicians put Ghana first? The STX deal, the Mary deal, Eastern Corridor Road, Commander Sugar Factory, etc. This one is from at Emmanuel Erasmus. It says, talk about the ministry pushing China's interest other than Ghanaians. Pepsi Poker says, Emmanuel Erasmus, it's very sad. Kwabena Frank says, so you have now turned to the PRO or Star Times. So that question is addressing to Sam George. And at Skinny, Solom says, very soon Ghana's own Bobby Wine will emerge, will vote out all these old men and women out of office. They've ruled this country from 1957, will vote for someone who's Kim or Macron's age. Old men and women must go. And he got 6 reactions to that comment. Now, Communications Minister Ursula Akufo accused Giba of attempts to hijack and dictate the pace of Ghana's migration. Yeah.
Is the Independent Broadcasting Association telling us that they should dictate the pace, content of the DTT migration process? I don't think so. And I think that they also see themselves as key stakeholders in the process, but not as dictators of the entire process, because one, they're not financing this process and they can't sit there and dictate exactly what government does in this process. And I would be a little hesitant to think that that is the stance that they're taking, that because they have said A, it should be A and it shouldn't be any other process.
On Instagram, but Communications Minister Ursula also faces off with Giver President Andrew Danso over digital migration deal. Watch it.
And I'm glad that you also indicated that this was an outcome of the FOCAC 2015, agreed on by all heads of state, including John Mahama, in 2015, accepted gladly by all the Ghanaian, all the African heads of state that were present at the FOCAC. That's totally, completely wrong. Please.
I disagree, but I'll come to that. I disagree totally.
Ghana signed on to the digital migration process. Please.
Make a note
I
of your
sat here and listened to you. Signed on to this migration process in 2006, the Antalya Declaration, with all other ITU member countries. The how is what the process commenced in 2010, led to the engagement of StarTimes in 2012. I am a member of parliament.
Right.
And there have been countless applications that have passed through parliament for tax waivers for countless projects.
So
local and foreign.
So this has happened,
every
but
tax
it should not
waiver.
raise
It is
eyebrow.
only
That's what you're saying.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you.
I am struggling
Thank
to
you.
understand
Thank you.
why
Let's
this
actually
is an
finish.
issue.
Okay, so
There
it is
have
not.
been
It is not a matter in
countless
controversy.
contracts.
She's admitted that goes
Countless
on.
contracts.
Okay, go on.
It is only Parliament that has the power to grant a tax waiver.
Okay,
That
okay.
Parliament has given tax waivers for.
Okay.
If any such issue had appeared before Parliament,
Okay.
put there by the Minister for Finance, I am sure we would have gone into the details of it and
All right.
decided whether it merited it or not.
Okay.
The Parliament of Ghana decided
Thank you.
that
Thank
this
you.
project
Can you proceed?
merited
Yes.
a
Can
tax
you
waiver.
proceed? Yes.
Why is it an issue?
Well, it is
emanated from your ministry,
Thank you.
the Ministry of Finance,
Right.
before it came.
Thank
Have you
you.
done same for multimedia, for KNET, for the Ghanaian industry? Have you, as Minister for Communication, done that?
Before us with
Have we
any
been
project,
told- have we been told-
what
have
is
we
your
been told
policy
that there is
direction?
a need of government, there's a policy document.
No.
Are you engaging us to say
have
that
not.
this is what we want
You need to offer the
bring forward
local
for-
industry the opportunity.
Well, when we needed money to sponsor the platform, I mean, when we needed money to do the project,
Have you not given
DTT
the
project,
opportunity?
we asked for request. We asked for ideas. KNET gave the idea where we can take the money from. KNET is a Ghanaian who pointed the
So
way
is
for
it
me
the
to take the
issue?
money.
Is the issue
We are
about
saying
KNET
that-
now?
we are saying
or
that-
StarTimes?
we are
So
saying
it's about all the
it's
Ghanaian players,
about the attitude.
KNET, First Digital,
It is
Strong
about
Digital,
the attitude
all
of the
Ghanaian
ministry
players.
not engaging, not getting Ghanaian.
Excuse me.
Made
That is
in
why I'm
Ghana
saying
ideas.
don't confuse
Okay.
issues.
If I may.
So
Okay.
now it's about tax waivers or it is about KNET.
Madam,
Or
you
it is
can't,
about
madam, you can't
StarTimes.
restrict us to discuss only one issue.
It is about
There
the
are
ministry.
several issues
But
we
you
have
can
problems
also
with
not
in your
confuse
ministry.
issues.
So
Before I go to Facebook, the phone lines are now opened. You can call us on 0302 211 691 or 0302 211 692. Let me go to Facebook. And Mohammed Sani says, Sam George, your government was in power for 8 years. Tell us if you gave these indigenous firms tax waivers. Baba Ladi says, nation of beggars, borrow, 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 remain slave to the world. And Wilson says, ha ha ha, I feel this woman and her deputy George. Frederick says, in Ghana, when you know your trade, you are termed as arrogant. Okay, so what Frederick here is commenting is that a lot of people on the Facebook page were saying that Ursula is arrogant and, you know, why she's speaking like that. And then that's why Frederick is saying that in Ghana, when you know your trade, you're termed as arrogant. But let's see if we can get more comments on that. At Asaf Fred Bolton says, the beggar has no choice, can neither embark on a strike. All right, so here's the whole Ursula being arrogant thing. Atafring Pong Senior says, what shows that this woman is arrogant? She is not. She tries to explain for people to understand. And instead of encouraging our women to be active in governance, you insult them for doing nothing wrong. The reason for which Ghana is 200 years behind is because of the way people think too traditional and backward. Be positive towards women and stop the hatred. Time to wise up and grow. So now that's Ata Frimpong, and as you can see, he wrote everything in capital letters, so he must have been very, very upset. But let's go to Ho, and Eli Mali is on the line. Good morning, Eli.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Eli. How are you?
Good morning, madam.
Hi, Eli. Can you please turn your TV off?
I'm fine.
Eli.
Hello?
Yes, okay. Yeah. So can you please turn your TV off?
Yeah, please. I want to ask whether NPP, we voted for NPP to be propagate.
All right, let's go to Tamale. Good morning, Thomas. Thomas? No? Yes?
Hello? Hello?
Good morning, Thomas.
Fine morning. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, so your contributions to this argument,
Yes.
the Star Times arguments.
Yes, my contribution is that I watched the Minister of Communications speaking yesterday on News 5. You could tell clearly that the minister has already made up her mind to speak on behalf of what? On behalf of Star Times China, not on behalf of Ghanaians. In this regard, I think Ghanaians voted for MPP to come and improve their livelihood, not to come and put them in hardship as we are feeling. So they should take time and know that Ghana is not for anybody, it's for all of us. Ghana is not for China. You could see that when Tatam was having a problem and they went to court, the Supreme Court gave a verdict in favor of Ghana. Then they disagreed. They went to ICC, International Court in UK. Ghana gave a verdict. They gave a verdict on behalf of Ghana. Look at what the China government did. Simple. That company is an individual. It's a private company, but government of China stood solidly behind the private company in order not to grant a loan or whatsoever for Ghana. Why can't we do same for ourselves as a Ghanaians?
Right.
Why? What are we doing for ourselves?
Okay.
What are we planting for our future generations? So the minister has already made up for her mind. We don't know. Maybe she has a secret deal behind that. But they should think very well that 2020 is just at the corner.
All
because
right.
we Ghanaians, we are.
Thank you, Thomas. Now, let me go to Bernard Nketia. Good morning, Bernard.
Yeah, good morning, lady. Well, my name is Bernard. I'm speaking from Western Region, Jaboso to be precise. Now, I must say, plus to what people are doing, that's multimedia. But on Saturday, if I listen to the minister, which happens to be Esla Osu, he made mention that a contract or an MO was signed in 2015 by the ELS government, which happens to be the President John Mahama. Now, my point is, if the media can do as good, why don't you people come out with that MOU or whatever, whether if it was a contract or whatever, and let's see the details as whether if indeed this 300 villages program was in it, and moreover, what was the outline? Because it looks as if you people are not helping matters, and I'll be glad if indeed you can do that for the sake of the large people who are viewing and listening to your program. Because some of us, sometimes, we listen to some of the programs, and in fact, we are at a loss. Because if indeed the government is in, and in Ghanaian sector, or whatever we call ourselves, we believe that a government must be continuous. A government must be continuous. And the previous government went into an agreement with a Chinese firm or the Chinese economy to work on this project. Why don't you the media, multimedia, which I respect so much, come out with that details in that document so that at the end of the day, we will know whether if indeed that contract was truncated with the ex-government or indeed this government in power should continue. I think I will rest my case over here. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Bernard Nketia. On that note, we're going to take a quick breather. When we come back, we're talking about what's trending on Twitter. You don't want to miss it. You're still watching JoyNews Interactive with me, Mapita CBD. Before we took the break, we're asking whether or not government should give the DTT contracts to Chinese firm Star Times. We heard from Sam George, who's saying that government is putting the interest of China above that of Ghanaian businessmen. And we also heard from Communications Minister, who says Giba is attempting to hijack and dictate the pace of Ghana's migration. We also opened the phone lines to hear some very interesting submissions from you. Now let's see what's trending in Ghana on Twitter. The first one is hashtag Monday Motivation. If you ask me, that's my favorite trend. The second one, okay, is Ghanaians, and we've got hashtag Heritage Day. That's also my second favorite because right now in South Africa we're celebrating our Heritage Day, and as you can see, we're trending. And we also have the last trend is Mali with 25,000 trends. Now, Monday Motivation. Let's see what you have been saying on Twitter. So, okay, let's see if we can get those tweets. Okay, so at GH Sportsmaster says, an eye for an eye will only make the whole world blind. So learn to ignore hashtag Monday Motivation. And at A. Alvin says, if you're alone, the country is your companion and nature becomes nature. A person, someone to whom you can almost talk. You do not only walk through measured miles, you sit dreaming, contemplating, absorbing it all through unmeasured minutes. This one is from at Arvind, who says, a diamond is just a piece of charcoal that handles stress exceptionally well. This one is from at Karabo_Mohloka, who says, good morning, beautiful people. Prayer goes with hard work. And says, September 24th, do your best and leave the results to God. Let's go to Taryn, who says, do not wait. The time will never be just right. Start where you stand and work with whatever tools you may have at your command, and better tools will be found as you go along. And she's attributing that to George Herbert. Hashtag Monday Motivation. At Mahlati_Mokhali says, life is about balance. Be kind, but don't let people abuse you. Trust, but don't be deceived. Be content, but never stop improving yourself. Hashtag Monday Motivation. And this one is from at MZ, who says, don't measure your progress using someone else's ruler. At Hello says, I don't know who's reading this. No, you're more than the things you've told yourself about yourself. You have no limits. You are a champion. You are a champion. I am a champion. We are all champions. Thank you so much for watching JoyNews Interactive with me, Mapita CBD. The conversation continues on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We are JoyNews on TV. Have a blessed Monday.